What is up, everyone? Welcome to episode 94 of the Java Talks. Today we got the one and only. She's a little rambunctious. We got Genny Rivas.
Hi.
Genny, how you doing?
I'm doing good. How are you?
Can't complain. Woke up about an hour ago. What are you rough day already? Because for those that don't know you, those that don't follow you, tell us a little bit about yourself. What do you do? What do you like to do?
Yeah, so I'm Genny. I'm a junior at ASU studying digital marketing and now getting a certificate in sports business. I'm currently interning for the Arizona Super Bowl host committee, and I'm a rally back for the Arizona Diamondbacks as well.
Do that. What does that mean? Because when you post it on social media, I see you dancing sometimes.
Yeah.
What does that mean?
Yeah. So basically, it's kind of like the hype person. You're kind of like a cheerleader, but I can't dance for the life of me. So it's just going up there and making a fool out of yourself. I had my sister on the dugout last night for the 7th inning, and she was out showing me because she's an actual dancer and I'm not. So I was just there jumping like a kid, and she's like breaking it down. And I made a huge mistake in that. But we also wave flags, which we're not allowed to call flags. We call them wavies. And we also throw t-shirts, show up on the games, and just hype up the crowd.
Why can't you call them flags?
You can't call it that because if you call it a flag, you'll lose the game. So I already jinxed it for us.
Oh, so it's a superstition thing?
Yeah.
Okay, fair enough. I guess everyone has their quirks. How good are the Diamondbacks? Do they actually win? Maybe you guys should start calling them flags.
We lost last night. We're up against a really good team right now. So we'll probably lose again tonight. But I don't know if we won the series against the Giants. We've lost more games than we won games. Let's just say that. We did better this season than we did last season, though.
This is a good segue because from when I've met you back in student government, I feel like you do a lot of things all over the spectrum. Sometimes when it comes to sports, sometimes when it comes to politics, or even the Girl Scouts. Walk me through these, for lack of a better term, like employment opportunities. What makes you want to work in sports and then go be a Senate page and then manage the Girl Scouts and all that kind of stuff?
I think I'll start with sports. I grew up going to a lot of games my whole life. My dad would get free tickets from his job, so he would take us to Diamondback games all the time. And growing up, seeing that on sports was kind of like a stress relief for me, just to go turn on the TV and like just watch a hockey game, watch a baseball game, watch a football game, watch a basketball game. It's just a stress relief. So sometimes just turning on the TV and being able to just watch a baseball game, a sports game, and just taking that time away from the world and getting that stress relief away is super cool. And it's amazing. And then working for the Senate, my uncle worked for a congressman growing up. So he in college, he worked for a congressman. That's how he met my aunt. So being around that and having to be around campaigns at a very young age was very cool to me. And I thought I would want to do that. So I went to go be a Senate page, learned so much there, thinking that I was going to like one party over another and thinking that I was only going to make relationships with one party, but yet made relationships with people on both sides of the aisles. And that's when I kind of realized that if I were to run for office, if I were to work for a person in politics, I would just be so, stretched both ways because I'm such a people person and I'm such a people pleaser that I can't really decide on that kind of stuff. So I ended up dropping my poli-sci minor because of that reason.
Interesting.
Yeah. And then Girl Scouts, that was just because I wanted to leave my serving job. My aunt, she is the head of diversity, inclusion, equity at Girl Scouts at Cactus Pine Council here in Phoenix. And she's like, we're hiring. I don't know if you want that. And she just texted me that one day. And I'm like, well, I've been thinking about leaving my serving job. I don't want to do this anymore. I kind of need just an escape from this. So I took that job, and I'm glad I did because it did open a lot of opportunities as well.
Walk me through decision-making process. Is it kind of like you want to try different things? Is it kind of like you actually are interested in them and you want to do it? Is it a blend?
Yeah. Getting exposure to as many things is kind of what I want. I get bored of things very easily.
Fair.
So getting exposure to a lot of things is always great. What I'm doing now is very different than what I wanted to do back in high school too. I wanted to go into chemical engineering. Now I'm a marketing
I can't
major.
see that. I can't see that.
I applied to all of my schools as a chemical engineer. Yet
Okay.
ended up like going into like signing up for my schedule. I changed it a week prior to go into digital marketing. And I'm glad I did that. But again, I had that love for chemical engineering. I had a love for chemistry. Physics killed it for me. But other than that, I just like being exposed to so many things.
I could picture you in like a white lab coat, those fucking dorky ass like safety goggles.
Yeah. It'd be fun. I don't know. I can't see myself doing it now. But
Sure.
back then I was like, I'm going to be working at a makeup lab and making makeup.
All behind interesting. And now you're working for the Super Bowl this year. So now walk me through that. You're going from baseball, America's favorite pastime, to football, probably the biggest sport in America. And on top of that, the Super Bowl. What made you want to do that?
So that is such a crazy story how it happened. I had a job lined up with a really well-known company in Arizona and talked to them. It seemed like it was going to go well. And something in me was just like, something's going to go really bad last minute. So
You jinxed it for yourself?
I jinxed it for myself. So I think about 2 days later, I get an email from ASU saying like, hey, the host committee, which let me explain that. When the NFL brings the Super Bowl to a new state, to a new city, the state or the city, like if you're going to LA, huge, California is huge.
Right.
And they have like different football teams. They went to LA last year. LA had its own host committee. So it's like kind of like the bridge between the NFL to the city to get to know about, the needs that the city needs, how, like what resources we can bring to them, that kind of stuff.
Sure.
So ASU sent that email out and something in my head was like, you need to send your resume to this email. And I was like, fine, I'll do it. Sent my resume in. Didn't think I'd hear anything back. And it surprises me that I know that over 150 resumes were sent in and that there were 150 applicants. And yet they only chose 5. And I thought I was not going to hear back. Like, this is just a long shot. I heard something back by like end of the day of that day. And then that Friday, I want to say, I got a call from that company and they told me like, hey, we actually don't need you. So that lined up perfectly. Did the interview, did that. I'm the social responsibility and volunteers intern which is kind of different from my degree. But yeah, I touch all the departments as much as I can because you think that when you think like Super Bowl, there's like so many hands on deck, and there's only about 29 of us working on it, including interns. So it's huge. And my department specifically, we do a lot of community outreach. We have a business connect program that we get suppliers. They have to apply, they have to pitch and just about their business. And we use them as like a resource in case the NFL needs a supplier. We give them a whole list like, hey, you can go to this person, you can get this person. It just gets them that step closer to get that contract. And it's really great. It's a very diverse group. You have to be women-owned, LGBTQ plus owned, minority-owned, just be a diverse supplier. And it's super great to do that. And then also you do volunteer management, which we just reached 5,000 volunteers. And super excited about that. We also have our captains and they come on earlier to start helping out because everyone thinks Super Bowl is just this big event. It's much more than that. We have events starting, I think, this week with like just a reveal on some things. We have events the whole week of Super Bowl, free events, paid events for the whole community around the state. It's a statewide thing to get people excited about this, and being part of that is super exciting, especially because I grew up in the West Valley. My State Farm Stadium is 10 minutes away from me. It's over here. I can see it in my backyard.
All I see is the blank wall behind you, but
Okay, yeah, that's my wall. But I
Sure.
can see it in my backyard, and getting to do that. I remember 2015, just visiting it at 12 years old, just the site. Couldn't go past the barricades because there were a bunch of concerts and stuff, and I didn't have money to go into that. But now being 20 years old and planning it is insane.
which one do you like more? Diamondbacks or baseball or football? Which job do you think is more fun so far?
I love both so much. Today, we have a game, and I'm going to be doing something completely different. The Diamondbacks. So that's going to be a great thing. I'm not going to be rallying. I'm not going to be doing many games. I'm doing something a little bit more different, which is, again, exciting.
Sure.
But I feel that professionally speaking, I would say that the Super Bowl is just a little bit better and cooler. I wouldn't say better, actually. Take that out.
No, that's going to be the club right there. Genny hates the Diamondbacks.
No, Genny loves the Diamondbacks, and I would love to go further with them and keep working with them and keep building my career with them in the future. Just wanting to do more like business stuff and marketing stuff rather than just hyping up the crowd would be great. And
Sure.
Again, getting exposure to that today is going to be pretty fun. But again, with Super Bowl being like one of the biggest sports events of like the year I think ever. I don't know. Everyone thinks Super Bowl is like this huge thing. That's really cool. And Arizona, we've hosted it 4 times now. This is going to be the 4th time.
It's going to be the most chaotic week because that's also the week of the waste management. Yeah.
Right.
We're just getting ready for everything that's going to happen. But we're so excited, and we know it's going to be the whole state's just going to be so event. There's just going to be so much stuff to do. And I think that growing up in Arizona, I was always like, there's nothing to do here. I'm super bored. I think that week is just going to be like, let me cure that for you, because there's going to be so much stuff.
TPC. So I'm just going to be at my home all week because traffic's going to kill me so slowly and steadily.
Oh my God.
Kind of mentioned this a little bit ago about and wanting to go more into like the business side and the marketing side with the D-backs. And on the flip side, you're kind of doing like, the best like word to describe it with like volunteer management, event planning, kind of like operational services. Pretty one push you one way or the other about like maybe what you want to do. You're a junior now, right? You just started junior year. Do you kind of know which one you might want to do post ASU?
Not really. Right now, it's just seeing what lands in my lap and going and running with it. Whatever I take and whatever I'm given, I take it with pride, and I try to do the best I can with it. And I just make it fun.
Question, potentially.
Okay.
When do you envision yourself going like fully into the sports world? Like, am I going to start seeing you on benches? Am I going to start just seeing you like with those little media passes, like running around telling people what to take videos of? Or am I going to see you on like a completely different brand or category of jobs, business and executive stuff in in New York?
I definitely want to stay in sports. I told my boss the other day that I found my niche, and that's that I want to stay in sports. As for where you're going to see me, I don't know if you're going to see me because I kind of want to be the person taking videos. I want to be the person that takes over and manages the social media. So being credentialed and being in those cool, like just being in there and being at the game, taking videos, being at, I don't know, a conference, being at post-game conference kind of thing and taking videos, asking questions would be pretty cool as well. I know that's like a little bit more into journalism. Again, I did want to minor in journalism too. I do too much.
I want to do things all over the board. It's pretty common though, I think. No one knows what they want to do yet. Next segment. And this one, start off with a would you rather food and Tempe edition. Right? Like what are you craving on a random Tuesday? What are you craving on a Saturday night? Maybe you have a different answer based on the day of the week and the time of the day. We're going to start off with, I think, kind of a quintessential question for a lot of freshmen coming in. Canes or In-N-Out?
In-N-Out.
Why?
I love, my boyfriend put me on this animal style fries. I never had it before him, and I love it. Yeah, I know. I love it. I had it the other night and I love In-N-Out. And now I have like a Cane's and an In-N-Out near me too. And last night I was like, In-N-Out. We came home so late. Ended up getting McDonald's, but In-N-Out for sure.
You first,
Yeah,
but
sure.
Express or pay away?
Pay away. I got food poisoning from Pan Express one time and I can't get that out of my head. So pay away for sure. And I just feel like it's a little bit fancier.
That's part of the fun though with Panda Express. You kind of roll on the dice, you don't know what's gonna happen.
You've had food poisoning from Pan Express too?
I felt like a little like queasy after, but who feels good after Panda Express?
Exactly. That's why you get pay away.
Or, and this is probably very specific to Tempe kids, how big it is, Chipotle or Qdoba?
Fun fact, never had Qdoba.
You're not missing out.
Okay. Yeah, I've heard people tell me that it's better than Chipotle, but I have to go with Chipotle because it's just the OG.
Like cheese? Are you a big cheese girl?
I'm okay. So remember, I'm like lactose intolerant.
Well, you're allergic to like everything.
Pineapple and lactose, but
Send me like 7 different examples.
I've been getting over my lactose intolerance, so I've been eating some cheese lately without my lactose pill, and I like cheese.
The selling part about Qdoba is like there are different kinds of cheeses or queso.
I heard that they have free guac too, but I don't like avocados.
I don't like guac either. I've never really considered it.
Finally, I found someone.
I don't like it's too pasty. You know what I'm saying? Like the consistency is all over the place. Last one for this section before we get into, I think, a hot topic. Hell or Whataburger?
Oh, Whataburger. As a sponsor of the Arizona Diamondbacks. Oh wait, they're both sponsors.
Taco Bell's a sponsor? Amazing.
So if the Diamondbacks hit 5 runs or more, you get 3 free tacos the next day. Whataburger, like we have a game that's called Whataburger Fry Shuffle, and then the person, if they win, they get like some gift cards. Oh no! I guess I stopped to get Whataburger. It's I grew up going there. It's really good.
For me, I've lived by like that area so often at Tempe, and they're both 24/7. Both. I don't really know if I like either. I don't think I've ever seen anyone actually get Whataburger. It's free.
No, I mean, we have free Whataburger coupons if you want some, but I like it. I actually like it. And now if you give me In-N-Out or Whataburger to choose from, I'll choose In-N-Out.
Go to our second game. We got Miss Arizona Diamondbacks over here, Valley Girls. But how much do you actually know about the Diamondbacks? And these 6 questions that I Googled are going to tell me everything that I need to know about your affiliation with the Diamondbacks. So they're easy, but we'll just see. Start off with an easy one. Name of the stadium.
Chase Field, but it was Bank One Park starting out.
That's not correct all the way, though.
What?
It's very close.
It's like one Bank Park? Did I say it?
Bank One Ballpark.
Okay.
Well, that's one of the other questions I was going to do. Their first game as an MLB team.
Is it 1998?
Yeah. Do you know the day or the month? Whichever one.
Was it April?
Is that your final answer?
No, it's March.
31st. Original owner of the team.
Right now it's Derek Hall. Can't be Derek Hall.
Is it? It could be.
Okay, I have like Jerry Colangelo in my mind too, but I don't think he's even close to that. I'll just do Derek Hall.
Guess yourself as Jerry Colangelo.
No!
When did the Diamondbacks host the All-Star Game?
2007?
Is that your final answer?
Yeah.
It was 2011.
Dang it. I could have sworn that picture was taken in 2007.
And when was the 20th anniversary held?
The 20th?
Mm-hmm.
2018.
I was trying to trick you with that one, but you got it.
Math. When was the World Series? When did we win the World Series?
I'm not a Diamondbacks fan. I'm a Blue Jays fan. I don't know.
2001. And do you know who we played?
I don't know the Rockies.
We played the Yankees. It was right after like 9/11, and we beat the Yankees.
Oh.
That's kind of a dick move. I feel like we should have let them win.
I know, it's so bad. Every time I hear that, I feel super bad. I'm like, we should have just given it to the Yankees, honestly. But
You know what? I love the winning mentality that the Diamondbacks have. I think that's everything.
Everything. Thank you so much for coming on the Java Talks, episode 94.
Tagging you on everything, so hopefully you get a few followers out of this. But you got any closing words?
be bold.
I'm cutting that.